Good morning. Brooke here, coming to you live from my backyard again. And you could probably hear the blue jays going crazy in my backyard. They're trying to attack my sunflowers and doing a good job being sunflower thieves, sunflower seed thieves. But I wanted to take a few minutes and have a little chat. I'm trying to figure out the name of this chat. I'm live from my backyard. I don't know what I'm going to end up doing with it, but I do feel like it's important. I've been in the real estate business now for going on 20 years, and I've kind of hit that point where I know what I can do. I know what needs to be done. I know that it needs to be done, but it's just every day I get out of bed and think, I go in, pick up the phone, make the phone calls to people who don't want to talk to me, for sale by owners particularly, and people who are expired properties who have not been able to sell, as we as real estate agents haven't been successful in helping them sell their homes. And so it's just overwhelming to try to pull yourself out of bed, get dressed, go in, sit down in front of the phone and pick up the phone and make the phone calls and talk to people who don't really want to talk to you. And they've also been hit by so many different realtors already. And what have I got? What have I got to bring to the table that every other real estate agent they've talked to has already told them? What makes me different? So it's been kind of interesting to try to find my passion, find what I need to do to get myself in the right mood to make the phone calls. And it's kind of been interesting because the more that I've stopped to think about this and then also realize I need to make a video on these types of things to help for sale by owners, I realized I got a lot of information I need to give, and it's really hard to feel like I want to give that information to ungrateful people. It's not fair to assume that every person I pick up the phone and call is going to be an ungrateful person, because it's not the case. They would be really grateful if I'd sell the house and not charge them any money. It'd be great. And my wife and I talked about this when I first got in the real estate business. There were so many people I talked to on a daily basis like this that would say, I just have a hard time paying the real estate fees. And I would say, my wife and I talked about this, and we decided a long time ago that if I have to sell real estate for free, she would rather than I not do it. She would rather me take the time that I'm going to spend selling that person's home and spend it with the family. And so, right out of the chute, I was like, okay, if this person doesn't appreciate what I do, then I'm just not going to do it for them. I'm going to spend that time with my family. And so I found myself looking for people who wanted me to help them with my services, help them sell their home, get the most money you can possibly get out of your home. You made the investment, you deserve every penny. But one of the things that I find is that most people selling their homes don't realize that the value of the real estate fees are built into the value of the home. Let me tell you what I mean by that. It's kind of interesting to, hear a lot of times people saying, I just don't want to pay the real estate fees. Well, they didn't mind paying the real estate fees when they bought the home because they didn't pay the real estate fees. The seller paid the real estate fees for the service that was being done for them to sell the real estate. So, and it's kind of interesting because the value of that home when they bought it had 6 or 7%, 5%, just kind of depends. I mean, real estate fees are all over the map these days too, but typically speaking, real estate fees are about between 5 and 7%. A lot of times agents will lower their price of what they're charging to get into a or to get the listing, simply to be able to get the listing. They feel like they have to cut their real estate fees to be able to get the seller to commit to them. There's others who say, I just don't do that. I feel like if I'm going to cut my real estate, if you know as a seller that I'm going to cut my real estate fees to get the listing, how much confidence do you have in me that I'm going to stand up for you when it comes to getting the best price when you get a low ball offer? I've already cut my real estate fees. How much confidence do you have that I'm going to not cut you in the value that you have for your house? Why, if I'm willing to take less on my own personal real estate fees, how confident do you have that I'm going to stand up and make sure that you get the best price on your home? So those are things to think about. And then you have other agents who, a lot of times there's agents who say, if you want to sell your home, the best way to do it is offer the best price you could possibly offer to the buyer who brings brings in an offer. So in the real estate MLS, we have the ability to put in the listing how much we, as the listing agent, are willing to pay the buyer's agent. And that ranges anywhere from, I've seen it as low as $1 to $500, anywhere to 1.5%, 2%, 3%, and then even, 4% to buyers agents who bring an offer. And I feel like it's important to let people know this, because these real estate fees are built into the price, and they're built into the price not only by us as real estate agents, but the appraisers in the industry. When they appraise your home, they appraise your home with 6% real estate fee value built into it. And so you have to understand that those fees, yes, if you sell it by yourself at the price that we could have sold it for, and you don't have to pay any real estate fees, boom, you won. You just hit a home run. You don't know how you did it, but you did it. You hit a home run. You didn't have to pay the real estate fees. Interesting enough, a lot of times you turn right around and say, okay, I want to go buy a house, and I want this and this and this in your home, and you look and seek out a real estate agent to help you find that, because we have access to that MLS that finds those properties for you. Well, that's part of the reason that we as real estate agents exist in this business, is to help people find their dream homes. So there's two parts of it. One is helping a seller get the most out of the home that they can possibly get, because they're the ones that made the investment and in many times have built the home to what it is to make it so desirable. And number two, they want to be able to take that money and go on to a different home, and they want to take that into their next dream home. So those are the kind of things that we as real estate agents want to do, is to help you find that dream home. And you tell us, okay, I want to be in this city. I want to have a home with an unfinished basement, maybe because that's what you did on the last house. You finished the basement, and that's where you feel like you got all your equity. And so you want to do that, and you want to put you want to put one of your kids in the basement. To be able to help take care of you in your latter days, type of thing. And so you need an unfinished basement with a basement entrance and something that you could put an accessory apartment downstairs, those kind of things. That's pretty common in our market these days. In fact, a lot of times the cities have a special zoning for properties that have accessory dwellings for family. And so those are the kinds of things that we as agents have the ability to go in and find, because of the power of the MLS. We can go in and sift them out and say, you know what, 2 bedrooms is not going to work. I got to have at least a 3-bedroom, or I got to have 2 bedrooms on the main floor and the rest of the bedrooms in the basement, or an unfinished basement. Those kind of things are things we can go use the MLS and go in and find, which is what the power of the MLS has for you as a seller, is we put that information on the MLS, and other agents have the ability to search for that type of thing and find those types of properties and put them in front of you, or email them to you on a daily basis, so that you know about how many homes do you have to look at. And many of the times you can look at these listings, these hot sheets we call them. You can look at those hot sheets and know that those hot sheets are homes that the MLS has sifted out just for you with your agent, so that you don't have to go look at every single home that came on the market. You're only looking for ones that are a certain age or a certain square footage or a certain amount of bedrooms and bathrooms, unfinished portion, Rambler versus a 2-story. Maybe you don't do stairs well, so you want to stick with a Rambler. Maybe you're tired of living in an area where you have a bunch of kids. You want to be in a 55 plus community. You don't want to have to maintain the property. You have somebody else that mows the property for you. Those types of things. That's what the MLS has. That's the power the MLS has, is it gives you the ability to find those types of properties without having to go through the whole haystack to try to find that needle. We go through with a magnet and say, boop, here's the property you're looking for. So those are the kind of things that I feel like is really important, is to be able to help you as a seller understand the power the MLS has. More to come. Thanks. And I also wanted to remind you, if you'll push subscribe, like and subscribe, it really helps me build this channel. This is really tough. This really is tough to do these videos and watch these videos of me doing these videos myself and realize this is really weird talking to a camera. So I need your help to help let me know that you like the information you're getting. And I hope to give you more information, and I will love it. Nothing's better than a referral to boost your day, to be able to know that other people appreciate the work and the efforts that you put in. And so I just want to let you know I appreciate you listening to these information. I hope you get some information out of it. I'm going to keep doing more and more videos. I have right now I have a little over 100 different topics that I want to talk about, but I've just got to be able to create these videos in a way that they're educational enough that you'll watch them, continue to watch them, share them with your friends. And if you know of anybody looking to move anywhere within an hour of Salt Lake City, I'd love to be able to help you. I just sold a home out in Park City too, but in Camas area and out in Tooele, and so all over the place. Yeah, it's really not that big a deal to travel an hour to be able to show homes, and I have the ability to not only go show homes in that area, but also to determine the values of those properties by square foot. And we'll get into that a little bit more when I get into the appraisals and how appraisals are done. So anyway, please share this video with those who you think could benefit from it. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the other side.